Hey, fellow Schneider drivers. I'm at the shop. Got a flat tire on the trailer. It was flat when I picked it up. I inspected my trailer as I always do every time I pick up a new trailer, and it had a flat, which was a little surprising because it's a brand new trailer. It's one of the TAT20 such and such. So it has a flat. Getting it fixed. I am getting exercise while it's getting fixed. I need exercise. I haven't exercised in a few days, and as a Schneider driver, as a truck driver, it's a battle that we all fight. Unless you're some kind of genetic mutant where you don't gain weight as a truck driver. This video is going to be a short video, kind of trucking related, but kind of not. So, in high school, I was a three-sport athlete. I ran high hurdles and track. I started as a basketball player and I started as a football player. Whoop-de-doo. I was in very good shape. I was very, very skinny. I was 6'4" and about 175 pounds. Very skinny. I wanted to get bigger. So I lifted weights in high school. I lifted weights all through college. I lifted weights pretty regularly for about 15 years. So I got big and muscly. I did all kinds of crazy stuff. I took protein shakes and egg whites, and I did the whole thing, the whole bodybuilding thing I did. In the late 80s, early 90s, there was a legal substance called androstenedione. And androstenedione was a legal thing. You could buy it at any GNC or anything. But what we later came to know was that androstenedione converted into a steroid once it got into your body. So essentially, I was taking steroids. I didn't know that it was steroids. I just thought it was a really great supplement. And I took that for about a year and a half. And having lifted weights all that time, and now I was taking steroids, I got humongous. 6'4", 235 pounds of pure bulging muscles. We later found out the androstenedione was converting into steroids, and they banned it. I think it's a good thing they banned it. If it's steroids, you shouldn't, it was mild. I didn't have the usual thing with steroids like body acne or roid rage, or it was a really mild steroid, but it was steroids. And I'm not ashamed of telling you that. I didn't, at the time it was legal, nobody knew. Well, at least I didn't know. Maybe somebody knew. Anyway, so I was into bodybuilding and, all that. When my kids were born, I kind of realized that bodybuilding is a very selfish hobby. All the time I was spending 4 hours in the gym, all that time, all that diet stuff. I mean, it was all consuming. So when my kids were born, I was like, what the heck am I doing? I'm spending all this time away from my family just to look a certain way. So I stopped bodybuilding. I was still exercising a little bit, but not much. Long story short, my marriage ended after 17 years, and I got into trucking. Well, all that muscle that I had built up and that diet that I was eating, basically I could eat anything I wanted because I was burning it at the gym, didn't translate well to the trucking lifestyle. So when I started driving, I was in decent shape. But then I also started smoking cigarettes at the same time. So I went from being pretty good shape, to smoking a lot, sitting still for most of the day. I mean, the food was terrible, is terrible. So it was like a perfect storm. So I went from being kind of in decent shape my whole life to getting pretty big. I went from 220 pounds of muscle to 250 pounds of fat. All that muscle just kind of went away and it all turned into fat. So I got fat, and I still think I am kind of fat. I'm not as fat as I was, but I still think I'm fat, and I don't like my gut. I'm working on it. So I've been dieting for the last 2 months. I find that dieting alone isn't enough. So now I'm exercising whenever I can. Whenever I can exercise, I'm exercising. And the fat is starting to come off. But the struggle is real, and I know I'm a driver just like you. I know what the lifestyle is like, OTR. I know what it's like. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that has gained weight. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I'm just as good of a person when I was fat as I was when I was in great shape. I mean, I might not look the same, and people may make assumptions about me, but I'm the same person. And I think that you also, just because you're heavy doesn't make you a bad person, doesn't mean you're not busting your ass every day, working your ass off. It doesn't mean that at all. I know if you're a Schneider driver that you work your ass off. And I know if you're a Schneider driver, you don't do drugs. You don't have a horrible criminal record. I mean, we have a lot in common. And that's why I like Schneider drivers, because I know some things about you. Okay, we don't have to be best friends, but we have stuff in common. And that's why I like Schneider drivers. We have stuff in common. Anyway, yeah, I'm getting exercise, trying to fight the fat. It's a struggle. It is a struggle. I have weights in the truck, and I kind of hit the weights once in a while just to help the muscle density, but I'm not looking to get huge. I'm not going to bodybuild again. I don't care about, big bulging muscles. That's not what I want. I want a healthy body. So I'm not going for bulk at all. I think I'm pretty, even if I lost a lot of weight, I still have muscle left over from bodybuilding. So I'm not trying to bulk up. I'm just trying to trim down. So I have weights in the truck, little light weights, high reps, low weight. That's going to lean the muscle out. I also have a mat that I can lay on the ground and do sit-ups outside the truck. I got it at Walmart for like $10. The weights I got at Walmart for like $20. And I also have a folding bicycle. I've mentioned this before. The folding bicycle was about $200. It's a really great bike. I went for really simple because I didn't want to have to, I didn't want gears, because you can have a problem with gears. It makes the bike more heavy. It makes the bike bigger. And I don't care about gears. I just wanted a bike I could ride, so I got a simple bike. It's basically a dirt bike that folds in half, and it has a higher seat and higher handlebars. So basically it's a dirt bike that folds. And I love that thing. On a nice day, oh my gosh, it is so much fun to ride a bike. I suggest everyone get a folding bike. But also the good thing is a folding bike, you can store it. I store mine right in, it fits between the passenger seat and the glove compartment, which is a small space. I mean, it fits right in there. The reason I like to fit it inside is that if you have a bicycle on the catwalk, it gets filthy. Oh my gosh, if it rains and then the dirt, I mean, it just becomes this horrible, dirty mess. And it's just unpleasant. So I like the folding bike that I can put in the passenger seat. So, okay, one other thing. I introduced myself as Friendly Bill because I want to be helpful, and I want other Schneider drivers to comment and help other drivers. That's all my channel is about, is helpful. And I like getting into contact with other drivers that are like-minded, friendly. So if you meet me in person, I may come off as reserved. I got one driver said, you seem tired, and I was tired at the time. But my online personality is not really how I am in regular life. I want to be friendly. It's my goal to be friendly on YouTube, but in real life, I'm very reserved. I do suffer from depression, anxiety. I suffer from all that stuff. So when I make a video, I'm usually in a really good mood. I like to make videos when I'm in a good mood. So it may come off that I'm always in a good mood, and that is not the case. If you meet me in real life, yeah, I may seem a little bit down. I'm not down. That's just runs in my family. That's just how we are. I do like talking, but I am kind of, I don't want to say shy, but I'm just not one to like walk into a group of people and like, hey, how's it going? Yeah, blah 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 blah. Yeah. That's not me. I'm the guy that's kind of quiet, who kind of listens to other people talk, and that's just how I am. But if you do see me on the road, I would like to start interviewing Schneider drivers. It's hard for me to do because as a Schneider driver, you know how hard we work. You know how busy we are. So most of the time I'm just like, I'm always in a rush. But I would like to interview Schneider drivers. I think it would be fun. And I want to get other opinions. I've only been doing this for 4 years, so I'm still kind of new. I would really like to interview some veteran drivers and get their input. I'd also like to talk to brand new drivers, get their input. So if you see me, we can say hey, and I may ask you for an interview. If you don't want to, that's totally fine. But at the same time, I'm probably not going to stand and talk to you for half an hour, mostly because it makes me uncomfortable, and also I'm very busy, just like you. So anyway, friend Bill, catch you on the flip.